quite daunting when you do not have the proper tools or feel like you have the proper capability to do it, right? Whether you're working with your own hair or your child's hair, it can just feel so overwhelming and just like a task that you're not up for. But baby, with life comes experience if you so choose to grab some. So I'm asking you to join me and grab a hold of some of my experience and add it to your own arsenal of weapons when battling your hair. But it doesn't actually have to be a battle. We're not on a battlefield. This is actually a journey of love and light. So let's explain the love part. That's the first step here. So lots of people that have difficulty doing their hair also have difficulty loving their hair. Now, this might sound silly, but the first step is really learning to love your hair exactly how it is. I did this very aggressively. I learned to love my hair straight out the shower. No gimmicks, no products, nothing. Just exactly how it comes. No defining, no trying to pull. My hair is really this long, but you see the shrinkage? No, loving it. I was able to radiate a light that was shining so brightly that other people could not help but to catch on. People that hate it and still hate natural hair were like, oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. Now, did I need validation from them? No, absolutely not. However, I'm not saying it didn't help. It definitely did. It helped when people were like, oh, this is gorgeous. But the reason they found it gorgeous was because I found it gorgeous. The reason they found it gorgeous was because I was standing in my love of my hair. Love is just such a gorgeous thing, no matter how we experience it. So anywho, loving your hair is a really important step. If you're working with a child, getting them to love their hair is a very important step. And that can be even more difficult if you have different texture than them. However, it's not impossible. And again, I'm here to help. After you learn to love your hair, which may take you a couple of months. For me, it took me a couple of weeks because I've always loved my curl pattern. It was just the afro and the shrinkage that I was like, I mean, it's cute when it's in a big puff, but like, it looks like I got no hair and I got some hair. That's the other thing, embracing the shrinkage. Did you know that shrinkage actually is a sign of healthy hair? So don't shrink from it. Don't be afraid of it. It actually is one of the most beautiful things. It's a sign that you're on the right path. When our hair doesn't shrink, we have pieces that are loose and wavy, and your rest of your hair is super curly, and that's a sign that there's some damage, whether it be heat or just tension. That's not a good thing. It's chemical damage. It could be a whole bunch of things. So we learn to love our hair. We learn to embrace our hair in the process. And then after we learn to love it and embrace it, after we learn to love it and embrace it in its natural state, we then can move on to, you know what? How do I make this fit my unique personality? So yes, your hair is unique to you, and yes, it's yours. But just like clothing, we like to accessorize. We like to switch it up. So switching it up does not have to mean that you're adding hair and you gotta, but really get to know what styles you can do before your workday, right? What styles you can do the night before, an hour before. Maybe you want to spend a day on a weekend just doing your hair. You figure out what your hair can do without any additives and go from there. It's such a beautiful experience because you will be shocked. Like, wait, I didn't know my hair could do this. Like, I didn't know. Learning to go with the flow of your hair instead of against the grain of it makes this process so much smoother. So if you're someone that has like 4C hair, I'm going to use it as an example. I like to use extremes, although it's not an extreme. I'm just saying on either end. If you have 4C hair, right, and you were consistently, if you have 4C hair and you were consistently trying to make it silky straight and it's just not working, the only way it's going to work is with heat damage. You're going to feel as though your hair is not good for you. It's annoying. It's getting in the way. It's just, I hate it. I can't. It's so hard. Yes, that is difficult. Yes, but the difficult party is not your hair. It's you. You're the difficult one. You're difficult for trying to get your hair to do something that it was never designed to do. Now, if you want that silky straight look, get away. All right, get you a glueless lace unit so you can still have that. But don't you dare say your hair is so horrible and unmanageable when you're trying to make it do things that it was never designed to do. It's like if you had silky straight hair and you're like, I want an afro, and you go get a curly perm and then you realize you have damage and it looks a mess in a couple months. Well, who's really the problem here? So also identifying when you're the problem. Like, it might sound, counterproductive, but honest to God truth, in this hair journey, a lot of the times is not the hair. It's how we perceive the hair. We have this perception that it's really unmanageable. We don't like that. It's so hard to do. Yeah. Hey, babes. I am not a giraffe, okay? So picking a pineapple off of a tree would be difficult for me. Do they grow that high up? I don't know. I'd need a ladder. If I compare myself to a giraffe, I'm going to feel inadequate. I'm going to feel like, you suck. The giraffe can do it. Why can't you do it? Right? I'm not a fish. I can't swim underwater without coming up for air. But if I try to compete against a fish that's doing that and become that fish, something I was never destined to be, I'm going to hurt myself. And this journey usually hurts your feelings, but a lot of you are also hurting your edges. Where are they? They're gone. Christina. Like that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And I'm here to help you avoid that. This is just an introductory video. If you have any questions about hair care and how you can grow your hair, how you can, retain length and retain moisture, because I'm really all about that, Like, growing hair is not that important to me. However, when you follow my routine, my regimen, my steps, that's what's guaranteed to happen. Because what I do care about more than hair growth is healthy bodies, inside out. And I look forward to, working with you guys, but I cannot stop yawning right now. I just like the ugliest yawns. I have to go to sleep. I do. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. I hope that this helped a little bit. Again, just introductory one-on-one. We're talking about loving your hair. We're talking about embracing it, okay? Making sure that we embrace it. That we don't expect to do things that I cannot do. That hair is not it's not what it's not. And it is what it is. So let's work with what it is instead of being upset about what it's not. Yes. Amen. Love you guys. Bye.